the first to know in Nsem-Pii TV.
Abusafo ene Omanhene Kwabena Asante ene Dr. Kenneth Ashyigbe etwetwe enkomo na enkomo omo twetwe no nyina efa the serious altercations I see between the deputy chief of staff Mr. Dogbe ene Dr. Ken Ashyigbe na ni nyina ene say Dogbe try say the current illegal mining here say assay ensu say report say 2025 aye worse no or attributing it to the previous administration, which is Nana Dankwa led administration. No, now Dogbe say Nana Dankwa Kufado, I'm born whom so say obe fighting illegal mining. Na senka or try senka obe fighting illegal mining na anka eneno anka galamse no enduru sampempenswe. And yen na yeso hu say ensema Dogbe can no kredi anim. If we say Nana Dankwa Kufado, empo de na konya to so say obe fighting illegal mining. Na ensema we nyina ko buy wa brass. Dr. Ken Ashyigbe exposes some galamsey site be edited on mining na emi who say John Dramani Mahama enye na adwen say obe fighting illegal mining. Now behind that no NDC MC or was in township takwa Nswayim MC or no Ebenezer Kobina or no and I just behind this galamsey na koso was in township no. Na and I no see ye pe and I just say Dogbe eba bontemeka chen say on kana nuntum na MP Piamanyuku mono homodin say obeteki even a step in the fight against illegal mining said the John Dramani Mahama aye. Now question ye bizan say dey na John Dramani Mahama aye in the fight against illegal mining and then Omanhene any Dr. Ken Ashyigbe and I just say one ahodi Dogbe Mr. Deputy Chief of Staff omo asonu mu I say omo entertain sere ene basano yenye bre ni entie ensem I say Omanhene Dr. Ken Ashyigbe eken.
Well, just a confirmation. No Deputy Chief of Staff Dogbe and a Sakra Ayinimao. Just a confirmation.
You see, we should focus on this particular fight.
But it is important because it is also a dear bit me bunipado dona in helping government.
And so me, that's my worry. My worry is you, the media. We've been doing this since 2017. 2017, yes, I did. Nobody could say it was because we were NDC. Yes, I did. Nobody could say we were being negative. Yes, I did. Nobody could say we're doing it because of a partisan interest. The Hyanyan say Yambanum etikrumha. And Shulu Yenya Numbi. A Dianin Yenya Yedibi. Nkofwa ewu amenenu nkofwa omunyensio nuko kwenyako water treatment plants ya nkofwa omunyensio bonsa nkofwa omunyensio eno na ye ehye ngren na omampeni nankasa on Friday ba yeshia ye on wankasa I invite young media civil society say joining in this particular fight. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources has repeated it several times. Indeed, I'm not too sure we should measure the miners. Focus on the issue.
But of course, forgive me too. The essence of some of these is that say your man paying and na boafua want to say a national emergency, all hands on deck. Now you nipa ondimu wa abanim no almost distract here focus now. It will be difficult to win the war. Very difficult. On not just any ordinary person. Indeed, I wanted to be sure, but once you've said it, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. So back to the conversation. Now, no fiadano, Nyoma akosuni na ujidi say there's a new chapter for us to win this battle or minimize it to the core. Anna.
Well, I think that the engagement was a positive one in terms of carrying everybody along in terms of normally and then the assurance from the president and the minister to everybody else. I mean, for me, it's without a doubt, Omanhene has shown the political will. It's without a doubt, the Minister for Land is really doing a lot of work to be able to reverse this. But there are major challenges. your call into the meeting, we were very clear about Norma Yekubusa. And, in those issues, unfortunately, the format of the engagement, Nankasa Ambwa, for us to be able to delve deep, because, well, a national thing, among 40 years also, we could really not ask all the questions and all push for normal. And critically, may say, or Mampinino, on my definition of what success would look for him. Now, oh yes, on my milestones, any the coho. Now, on my definite timelines, and on my bay. Yediga could do be in so na yepesi why they will say, a human ye winning cracker. The young see a call meeting, we still believe, sir. Mrena is ye must state of emergency, a Mrenedu. Ukaya last year, October, I think around the 18th of October, Omanhene actual Facebook said, Volta River flood, it needed a state of emergency because we share elements a woman we share Article 31 now share Emergency Powers Act now. The president last year was very right in calling because now life was at stake. Some essential resources and conformity here were absent and all of that. And we believe that in today's day, our turbidity of water, it do around 90-something thousand. The state of emergency is required to do other things. So when you say state of emergency, you pay no. And now you believe it. For a president like President John Mahama, on your be a declare state of emergency, ingredients never woman obey inimical, but they are here. Until we made those points. And no, yet the Sacra Tanama or Mampini, and we're expecting to be able to see those particular things. Now, for me, the thing that I am also happy about that way is that Omanhene I invite you in here. So we need to be following up this. Inti sisi de here. I saw Omanhene edited from the set. One, the issues of monitoring and evaluation. Baby, I say on a daily basis, say the Ghana VRA no publish the levels of water dam no time na higher. It's the same way say Ghana water, any community water and sanitation. Almost publishing the total quality water quality index, including turbidity of level of every treatment plant, and the level of toxicity, healthy metals, a woman also on the publishing that on a daily basis, more media also to really be able to track and they say a day the second bit about it, food quality, any and soil quality, test na EPA, other and a very, very important baseline, but it has to be done on the on a constant periodicity. Even with every time the year, now you need to track it. Forestry Commission for say omutumi boying with the with forest, in terms of how much they are recovering and all of that. And sets are getting on a constant basis. Another major thing I say to me starts tracking the issues of illicit financial flow. Because Mampini last year October now so can over PU very, very poignant. The issues around the kingpins. But unfortunately, it is one of the areas I currently dealing with the issues of the kingpins. Well, mid Asia catching about food two now refer, but one about Professor report, one report to Professor Obu, and what I find that I know almost so I say you show us one can contaminated, but there are a lot of them. Petty and you some questions are maybe petition about some of the politically exposed persons. Dealing criminals, no, my actual 1,400 my actual. They almost crown we are victims because in Corfona Omoye root cause of galamsey. Eye esikafona. Any politically exposed persons na esomoye juma na omonye. Eya ahemfo na omokafon. Miss Kesia ho mefa we krantia na me ko kwaye bie mu na me se me kodo. Me wana. Ope won se se a oheni bi be soma ne nkofo. Inti be biara galamsey ekoso won. Oheni se ema enkoso. Uko bibi ti se mampo. Uko bibi ti se jama. You know, Croppy or have really get a very few crony, but almost she'll be war. A friend is subonning, Omoni or Henny Bema or him ma, or Nelly Penny for say a horn of galamsey and Cosoko is suboneno, and near tick. Into baby, or better, say galamsey, air Kosovo. Or he no either or you're so incompetent, say, to me, and bought no man, yet not none of the jam, and now on also come. Inti anunti yense one of noma yes Nsem-Pii say baby I be kwa galamsey e wo ho no e say ye making sure so hin na e wo ho no sa asase no ye be je finansem na ya investigating ya hwese ono ankasa oka ho ana onka na say so oka ho ana ya che no che be yi nefi ye be tu nefi we so inti house of chiefs for yes room omo nkofo di bi e boy dwuma ye pa omo bo Dana yehu, but he do one ankasa account. Some perform in Sana or two for you. He sounds TSO 2 for say, on shed him for the baby piano galamsey question. Or he never walk on Nimhudi anase on ye worthy no so obey. So those are the elements of some of the things I feel say to me a year. But this way engagement, it is something that we need to be consistent about. And another thing, and it's very important. So with all the, and again, around the same thing around the Kimplings, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, name call for within his party effort, straighten the effort. And Nuntina, it is important that President never supported Unfortunately, one of the ministers who really was a bulwark in supporting him, unfortunately, Dr. Manibuam, until we Nsem-Pii and so share around on one person ne abainum, no share in Krofwa or Akokodama, almost frustrated the effort of the minister. The second and also very important, resources in Tibet. Nsem-Pii, frankly, could you be about budget? It is important that we will be definite in terms of resources. Because one of the major things for me, Minister Nakan, definite in this fight. The fact that we're going to get the military and the NIMOS to be permanently at the post. We are more permanently at the post. What is going to happen? Say, or Chinebi Okona BBC, we can hold them accountable. And yet, Omaba Omaka say, Inti Mubechimia Betu now, and
well, Doc, I'm say, Minchano, but you've said a lot, but you say these challenges, that attempt to say genuinely, you're fighting is what we lack. All these institutions, the Minerals Commission, Forestry, Lands and Natural Resources, all other relevant bodies, they've been there. They have the acts and the laws at back. Minister Beba, Minister Beko. We know, say, the Ekosunina, as we speak now, the multimedia group team, Aquabonting, led by Erastus, less than 8 hours. The pictures they've brought, the videos they've brought, that's number one. Number two, that impunity, in the midst of the Ekase how mining still Ghana for binimu. In this particular case, partisan people, politically exposed people, enya kukudro. After the commander-in-chief, we are going to do that breakdown. Report attach our info. People are still mining in our forest and then on our river bodies. And clearly, we've not come to understand say, we are deceiving ourselves. Because that deception, for the past years, 1992, na epijanmu, na empeja no mu sa 96 na empeja no mu na enkoye na ba 2000 na empeja no 2004 na ba na 2000 yes ye kwatia ye graph no emma fom bi mu so clearly no it's I think there's a deception along the line that as you said
that's what I'm saying say and no you know what caused the brouhaha no me fika kwa eba takrade simpa chrono metika move I could see the galamsey happening by the side of the road in Nsem-Pii almost say in Nsem-Pii. One of the journalists are sending me BB from Western North. Me send the amount. I don't me mama follow that. And that's the reason why when I saw that, I thought that it was important to bring it even to the attention of the commander in chief. And one of the things I yesterday, Omanhene said, one my DC is KPIs, police, IGP, I say, or year transfers. Baby, say if we really are saying say yes serious, anyway, who say galamsey question immediately no, who DC ya works am potem no, and see you with this immediately.
But Doc, hyena is good. But Doc, Unim, you've been part of this democratic dispensation and political back and forth for a long time. You are not just the ordinary Ghanaian Obutu baby, you know. Unim Pefe say constituency chairman are powerful than the DC, you know.
So you see, but in the political, I completely agree with you. Until we share most of the things now, constituency chairman, regional chairpersons, they are the people who are behind this. But when we start holding, you see, everybody protects himself. Unless you are driver or no, you're training, you know. The accident you see a driver and the first thing is to try saving, and then at that point it is over sacrifice. So if you start going after the people now, you have more mandate to act. Now, unfortunately, in as much as we all know, say constituency chairperson, no man, a lot of them are behind and they are more powerful. If we start going after the DCs and you start going after the chiefs, what you would find is that they will start protecting themselves. Say, they know, say, I didn't see, and so Omanhene DCs, no money because maybe Omanhene push they would let them, they would all do a record bear, say, because I'm saying, so he will start pointing the people out. It is important, say, we don't throw our hands in despair because unfortunately, in DC is constituency chairpersons, we don't vote them. Delegates they vote and they are perpetuating these things. And as I have said in the past, there's a merger between the past people and the current people, and they are doing it together. We need to find the things that we can do to be able to push it, and that's why I will commend multimedia. The name of the game is the evidence that we will collect. And once the president and the minister has asked that we should do that, we then provide that. We then provide that to the people and put that also to the people. Your friend is saying sovereignty belongs to, which is just all of us. And it's also the reason why especially the middle class, we are part of this problem, the docility of the middle class. And we'll sit down, and because a lot of us are the people who are benefiting from this, no way is here, that is the things that we need to change to ensure, say, you bet me at this opportunity, we've not had a situation where the president has met civil society like this. Okay. Now it has happened. It is public record. What you see, constantly, me, I want to be an optimist. I want to say, what is it that we, because woman straw be straw so much maybe what we need to do is to take advantage of the situations that the opportunities that we currently have. Making sure say you push it. Baby I say BBC to social media immediately and point people out to. That is what I sought to do yesterday. Unfortunately, somebody has given it a vehicle. I'm hoping everybody would see that. Now, nipa baako ka say ba den ti na minya no man fan koma and I have access to some people. I still would push that to those places I have access to, but we need to also bring it up into the open because the thing about corruption, the thing about this criminality, the sunshine, one of the most powerful ways to really purge it. Into media for follow the example of multimedia. Invest into this. Corporate Ghana, supported the effort to be able to go into these places and be able to bring the evidence out. I'm hoping entities like the IMF, the World Bank, they look beyond just the financials and see how they also can support this government by bringing the necessary pressure. Now, I say, to me, I am praying, say, they do those people who are involved in this, the same way at last elections, American government can say those people will not be allowed into other places. We might have to get those support from external parties to be able to make sure that they force us to do the things that we are to do.
Right.
To the point you make about DCs and the relationship with women, but if we put pressures on the DCs, they'll start acting.
Well, Dr. Ken Ashyigbe, that's for the positive energy in the mindset, but the Krepan say middle class, a majority of them, they are frustrated because when they go into our books and our laws, they realize that we have what it takes to stop it. But Omanhene kwabna santi ono ye NDC ni na wasa TSC mu ye na wasa betena ha ekeka, they become so worried.